Okay, so you know those Mars rovers? They keep finding weird stuff that surprises everyone. Like, remember the face on Mars or the aurora lights? Well, now NASA's AI spotted something super strange. Something that shouldn't even be there. It's hidden under a bunch of dust. But there's this shape so precise and geometric that it's got scientists scratching their heads. It's not a glitch, it's not just a rock. Could it be some old ruins? Something built a long time ago that's just been sitting there waiting for us? From old Soviet files to weird heat signals, the more we look, the weirder it all gets. This is real. And what we find might change how you look at Mars forever. The image that shouldn't exist. It all started with a picture or, well, a shape in a picture that the AI just couldn't ignore. NASA's AI, which is supposed to find weird geology, found something odd in the Cydonia area of Mars. Not just random stuff, but symmetry. The AI zoomed in on shapes, walls, angles, curves that looked way too perfect to be natural. Even the way it was laid out seemed to follow the golden ratio, like old buildings here on Earth. One NASA person said they thought it was a bug, but then the same thing popped up again and again in different pictures and different lighting. Even when they used high-res scans and different types of imaging, it was still there. It wasn't just a trick of light. This thing was there, perfectly geometric in a place that should be totally random. That's when NASA started to get a little freaked out. It wasn't just a picture. It was like a question we couldn't ignore. And get this, it's in Cydonia. That place already has the face on Mars, that rock that looks like a face. People thought it was just our brains playing tricks on us, but now the AI is scanning the same area, and it's finding more than just a face. There are these grid-like things, worn paths, and rocks lined up in ways that don't make sense with just wind and dust. Some of these shapes are even holding up against erosion better than they should. One geologist said they look like they don't belong there. Past missions hinted at stuff, but our tech wasn't good enough to see it all. Now, with AI, we're seeing something bigger. Maybe Cydonia is some forgotten ruins. That idea caught the eye of Miyokaku. Miyokaku's take. When Miyokaku looked at the data, he didn't say it was aliens, but he didn't rule it out either. He said this thing is a crack in the story of Mars, and we need to find out what it means. He pointed out that the AI found the same ratios as the Parthenon, pyramids, etc. He said those kinds of shapes don't usually show up in random geology. Instead of going wild with theories, Kaku kept it simple. Let's not say it's alien. Let's just say it's not natural. That's enough to change things. He wondered if it wasn't a signal. Just ruins. The quiet remains of an old civilization. He told NASA, don't hide this. Share it. NASA's being careful about what they say. But they aren't the only ones with a history there. Did Russia get there first? Before NASA, there were the Soviets. Some old Soviet files show that Russia might have looked at Cydonia a long time ago. Some of their old Mars missions might have found weird stuff. One Soviet engineer wrote about seeing weird shadows near the same spot the AI found. Neil deGrasse Tyson even said that Soviet probes might have grabbed data we never saw. Some Soviet missions crashed near Cydonia, and their signals cut out. One idea is that they found something and didn't make it back. Mars 3, a Soviet lander that sent data for a few seconds before going dark, might have recorded part of the same thing the AI found. Just a quick burst of data, then nothing. The Soviet Union sent a bunch of missions to Mars from 1960 to 1974, and most of them didn't work out. At least that's what we heard. But it's more complicated than that. Mars 3 landed in 1971 and was the first spacecraft to land on Mars. It even dropped off a tiny rover, but just 14.5 seconds later, silence. People thought it was just a glitch or bad weather, but the landing spot was in Cydonia, really close to where the AI found the structure. The Soviets didn't say much. It wasn't until the USSR broke up that mission logs started to show up. The logs said Mars 3 did better than we thought. NASA didn't find the crash site until 2013, and guess what? It was close to the thing the AI flagged. Just a random thing? Maybe, but not everyone thinks so. Miyokaku said the Soviet silence might have been fear or something they didn't want to talk about. Some of the early Soviet pictures hinted at weird shadows that look like what the AI found. Maybe they saw the same thing but didn't know what it was or kept it quiet. Now, the AI is finding strange files that suggest Mars 3 sent more than just a quick signal. Some logs have weird timestamps, like something messed with the system. Maybe this isn't new. Maybe we're just seeing it right now with the right tools. The AI that thinks in patterns. When NASA's AI found the structure, everyone thought it was a mistake. It's not supposed to find aliens. It's supposed to find shapes across Mars. But what it found shocked everyone. It wasn't just another rock. The AI saw repeating angles, grids, and lines that don't happen in nature. It was based on data, not just guessing. One engineer said they trained the AI to find shapes, not something that looked built. But that's what happened. The same shape kept showing up, a rectangle sitting under the dust. The AI checked it against rocks and erosion but kept saying it was something weird and not natural.